Kevin, we've heard Coach Bickerstaff and different people talk about buying in, and he feels like the buy-in started with you as well as Ricky. Just for you, what does it mean in your career that the head coach looks at it as getting everybody else to buy in because of how you got it?
Well, I just have trust in JB. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. I've had a great relationship with him since I came into this league, and he was the first coach to really believe in me in this league. And those who know that our families go back to the 70s with Bernie and my father. Way back to the organizations really that they started in. So, I listen to JB. I see eye to eye with him, and for me, it was easy to buy in when I saw how hard these guys work, how they show up to work every single day, and just chase the game. I love it. It's infectious to be around. Then with Ricky, I mean, I just celebrate everything he does. I followed, obviously, kept in touch with him and followed his career since Minnesota. 10 years ago, he came into the league as a rookie. We were both immature. We didn't really have the vets to put us in a place to, have success in this league, but also, take it on ourselves to take that next step. But I think we've grown in the process. And that's why we're able to not only buy in, I think that has come with just us allowing ourselves to celebrate each other. And that's everybody in this lineup, everybody in this organization. But I think it just comes from experience. And for example, Ricky getting his 5,000th assist tonight, we celebrated afterwards. It was amazing to see. He's one of only 11 active players with 5,000 assists. And if you look at that list, it's pretty remarkable what he's done, and he's not done yet. So, us buying in, us coming off the bench, we love being in that second unit and just picking up where that first unit left off. It's been a beautiful thing, and we want to keep this thing rolling.
You've seen the top, and you've seen the last couple of years how hard and difficult it can be. Just how do you keep these guys level-headed and to continue growing and to get where you guys are trying to get?
Just to never stop. I think that's one thing that JB has said, myself included. Ricky, that's why we bring somebody like Ed Davis on as well. Just veterans who have kind of seen it all, done it all at this point. You put enough time in this league, that seems to happen. But we have a great coaching staff as well. We just, we show up to work every single day. We don't take anything for granted. We know that this can be taken away from us at any time. So I think we're living in the moment, but our big picture goals are towards the end of the year. But right now, we know we have to take care of business, and every night we have to show up and, be ourselves and just be together and focus on the details.
Kelsey Roos, The Athletic. Kevin, this is like the third way through the season at this point. What stands out to you about what you guys have done so far, and where have you seen this team grow the most from training camp, preseason, all the things you talked about wanting to do this year to where you are now?
Yeah, I think it was initially that buy-in and understanding that we can get so much better. I mean, we're very young. I think people looked at us and said, hey, the average age of our starting lineup is very young. For lack of a more precise term, we're very young, and people, think that lack of experience is going to lead to losses. And for us, we just believed in the process. We believed that eventually we were going to get better. And if we stayed true to who we are, which is two things really, I think at the end of the day, what we hang our hat on is we play extremely hard and we play defense. And when you do that, you're going to give yourself a shot every single game. So I think it was back in maybe Phoenix, or when we were on that first big road trip, I mentioned to you and Chris, like the offense is going to come for us. And we feel like we're finally, hitting our stride and figuring out where, we can really make a major impact on that side of the ball, but in a space where we can get better, sure, both sides, defense included. But, when we have those big leads, just we don't have to stop, just continuing to be ourselves. And that was something that we looked at today and spoke to JB about, but I think we're having a ton of success there. And again, that trust is with everybody, throughout the lineup that we throw in there. I thought, for example, Lamar Stevens came in tonight and gave us a big lift. We didn't have energy to start the game. The first half, we didn't play necessarily well, the whole game for that matter, but I thought he really picked us up and really started that. tonight.
We touched on it a little bit, but that offense coming and developing, what have you seen change that's led to that, and that it's now found a rhythm, I guess?
It's funny, like, yeah, and I think it's all of us never wavering in our belief system, and that it's going to come. Just continue to drill it. It's like, our defense has allowed us to win games where we haven't necessarily shot the ball or played great on the offensive end, but I think putting it together on both sides of the ball is where we can be a really scary team. But it's just trusting in what we're doing out there and understanding we have a lot of weapons and thankfully a luxury of playing many different lineups that can show different things out there.
Matt Robinson, 93 The Fan. And Kevin, Isaac over the last couple games really seems like he's come on offensively, and he shot over 6% from the floor. What does him being able to take that next step offensively, how does that open up the rest of that offense?
I think he's the X factor. I mean, him playing that way, being able to shoot the ball, and he's going to have nights where, in Utah, where I feel like they're disrespecting him a little bit. But we see how he shoots in practice. We see the work that he puts in. And I mentioned that belief system. Well, I haven't seen him waver one bit, and I think the same is true with the rest of the team and Isaac. And that's why I think the last, was it 6 games you said, or how many games?
Last 3 games.
Last 3 games, how he shot it, I'm saying, and how he's played has been, pretty great for our team. So if he's able to get, out on the break, push the ball in transition, he gets the fouls, he gets us in the bonus, he guards the other team's best player on the defensive end. Like, he does so many things, and he's so talented that I think he is really that X factor. And at the same time, he's this like crazy talent as well. So I think he's obviously shot the ball extremely well, and he put that work in. So it's funny, the basketball gods work that way, where he had the one where he's kind of falling away at the end of the shot clock, it banked in, but you put the work in, and those things tend to happen for you. So it's great to see.
And then you mentioned too the spark that Lamar was able to give early on in the game, and between you leading the team in scoring and Ricky, what he's been able to do, what does it say about the team's bench group to be able to come in and not just succeed, but really take advantage of the offensive side of the ball?
No, I mean, we look at ourselves as an extension of that first unit, and I think what we do, I think it's Ricky starts that a lot, and he allows us to play free, especially on that offensive end of the ball. But again, I think that side is or that team that comes off the bench is super scrappy as well on defense. And then when we get that, we have that major luxury of having a guy like Lowry or having a guy like Evan or JA come in and hold that down on the inside as well. So we get to play free, and at the end of the day, we're comfortable with who we are as players. So I think we just go out there and play and just hoop. So it's definitely fun with that second unit and that bench mob.
Thanks.
Thanks. Hey, Kevin, Tom Withers, AP. Kevin, I know you're healthy, and it's just been a long time since we've seen you play with this kind of joy. How much fun are you having?
I'm having a lot of fun. Really, it's been a lot of fun watching this team grow, especially in the first third of the season. And it's so fun. I'm losing track of the games. I don't even know what game we're at right now. I know it's close to 30, but no, I think sacrifice gives back way more than it costs. And, I think with Ricky as a starter in this league, there's no doubt about it in my mind. I feel like when I'm healthy, that's the case as well. But there was defined roles and transparency. And I mentioned that belief system throughout not only our lineup, but the coaching staff and throughout the organization. So I think with that, it's led to a lot of success, and therefore, you're playing good basketball and playing the right way. I think it's joyous. It's meant to be this way. I know it's a grind. I know we go in every day. Some days it's 4 games in 5 nights. It feels treacherous. You're banged up, whatever it may be. But we're showing up to work every single day, and I think it is joyful. And no loss or anything is going to take that away from us. And I think you look down the road, as I mentioned before, like that bigger picture is attainable, and there's steps to that, and we can't skip steps. But I think we're falling in love with the process of doing that, and myself included. I think, we mentioned, last year, I mentioned to all you guys, like I mentioned it here tonight, like we really celebrate each other on this team. This is you don't get this often. Something we have here is, I mean, BJ could tell it. He sees it on every single day. Like we have something that is, bigger than ourselves. And I think that is, has given us all hope that we can make something special happen here, and we feel it. But we're not going to stop. We know we're going to try and compartmentalize that and keep it at a distance, because we want to enjoy this in the moment now. But there's definitely something that is bringing a lot of joy here and a lot of fun outside of just winning. I think it's building something bigger than ourselves, for sure.
Hey, and real quick, if I could follow up, do you feel that respect gaining around the league, the feedback you get from other guys that, this is not a flash in the pan, that you guys are legit?
For sure. And it's coming from not only coaches on other teams, but from star players, with how we play and how we've gone against the grain with how we start, even with those three bigs, because it's become a small ball type of league. It's become a pace and space type of league. I mean, obviously Lowry can really shoot the ball, and Evan is working towards that. He will get that in his game, and he has proved that he can shoot break threes and corner threes. But I think just that size is causing trouble for teams in the way that we defend and the way and how hard we play as well. So I think that is definitely gaining respect around the league. But now teams are going to really take notice and circle these games, and teams are going to put emphasis on the Cavaliers. So that's a good thing. That's us looking at a team like in Milwaukee, and we're not there yet. We're not close. Like they're the champions for a reason. We go there, we fight back, we push, we play hard. Those are teams that we want to achieve that status or beat them. And I think we have a ways to go, but that's the fun of it. The chase is so much fun. I think that's where, in my 14 years and in my career, like the chase is always the most fun, right? The pursuit of all this. And I think that's where the joy lies in everything that we're doing.
Thanks, man.
Last one, Spence.
Spencer Davis, basketballnews.com. I was asking some of the guys over the last few games just about the consistency factor this year. The last few years, you guys have put it together in stretches, but then something will happen and then it'll all just kind of erode. This year, no matter who's been in, no matter who you guys have played, no matter who's been on the floor, you're getting that effort from everybody every night, and it can be somebody different every night. Where do you think that starts, and has it come faster than you anticipated?
I think it's just, I mean, our professionalism. Guys show up every single day, work. I mean, I think we've surprised a lot of people, but I also believe that at the beginning of the season, we just kind of felt that we're going to get tested the first 6 weeks in a major way, maybe 8 weeks in a major way. And our schedule has not been easy, whether it been travel or teams played or, teams records that we've played. But, even in the games that we lose, we feel like we're incredibly competitive. And if we pay attention to the details and find where we can, get better and just dive into film and find ways to grow, we feel like there is more levels to this. So I think, there's going to be games where, it's going to be ugly. And tonight, there's going to be games that we win that are going to be ugly, that weren't pretty for maybe 3 quarters, that we still give ourselves a chance and win like tonight. And, but I think it's just the professionalism of this team and coming to work every single day and I mean, just having fun, obviously. And sometimes we keep it light, and, I obviously do that quite often, but everybody puts their time in, they punch the clock. And I think that professionalism is what's putting us over the top and allowing us to say, hey, we belong.
We've talked about confidence and things of that nature, but just how nice is the game that gets off to a tough start, that you were able to kind of get some offense going and help get things going for this team?
I mean, it was huge. I mean, me just knocking down open corner shots, you know, I mean, choose for me, choose for the team. You know, I feel like we feed off that energy and just keep going after that.
Since no one ever asked you about defense, Duncan has only hit 1 3-pointer. And I know it's not just you, but he's only hit 1 3-pointer in 2 games against you guys. Last couple of years, he's feasted. I think he's coming off a 26-point game on Saturday. How nice is it to see a guy like that they rely on? That you're able to.
I should not let him hit that 3-pointer. A lot of moving screens, but I mean, still mad he hit that 3-pointer. But I mean, just have to be physical with him. I mean, I feel like we were all playing great team defense on him. It wasn't just me. I feel like the whole team bought into that.
Jarrett, tonight you didn't play a ton in the second half, but Kevin was kind of getting off. Just how nice is it that you guys have that? That you guys have so many guys that can go so deep.
It's amazing. I mean, we're able to go deep. We have a deep roster. Kevin played amazing. You know, he threw his cane to the side and he went out and balled out. You know, he's been playing good. He came in and brought a lot of energy for us, and you know, I really think we were able to get our runs because of him.
It seemed like Miami wanted to be a little bit more physical with you after what happened in the last game. You even pulled out a couple moves tonight.
I did. You know, I've been working on those in the off season, shoot around, just trying to be able to do what I can to be effective for this team. I know I hit ice for an easy layup there, so just trying to do everything when they take one thing away from my game.
Kelsey Rose, the Athletic, Isaac. When you look at this, so there's about a third of the season you guys have gone through. What have you seen change the most and grow the most, you guys as a team up to this point? Like the things you talked about in preseason and training camp that were goals that you're now at this third of the way mark that stand out to you?
I mean, I feel like we're just all buying in now. I mean, everybody's playing their roles. I mean, nobody's doing anything outside of their role. Everybody's buying in and just locking into the scouts.
And like, we talk a lot about buy-in. It's a word that's used a lot by you guys. But during even like training camp and preseason, what helped you guys be able to do so early as like a team and being able to just build off that? I'm going to ask you too, Jarrett, but I'll start with you guys.
I mean, I feel like it really started off the court. I mean, I feel like we just found that chemistry like so quick off the court, just talking with each other, hanging out with each other. And that just led to us on the court, you know, just, you know, during training camp, we were having fun, just communicating, you know, playing defense, you know, diving on the ground. We were just having fun through training camp. So I feel like those are the reasons.
I think Isaac said it best. It was really started off the court. I feel like if you ask our vets, they say just teams like these go far. Seems like these are able to build off the success off the court and bring it on the court. And I think the things that we're doing is showing a great example.
Has what you guys have been able to do so far through this first stretch like surprised you at all with like just how everything is clicking, how everything's flowing, and even like having the goals that you had that you put in it before the season started, but just that it's working, I guess.
You know, I don't think people are going to say it, but I think everybody's a little surprised. You know, it's just the nature of what we're doing. You know, we're going out there, 4-game win streak. I guess it's 8 out of 2 games that we've won now, and we're playing excellent basketball. We're playing above everybody's standards. We're playing together as a team. We're doing everything that we need to do to win, and it's working. I think we're surprising a lot of people.
And Isaac, I guess like, how fun is this? You know, like just the way that you guys are playing together, this consistency you guys are building. Like, I guess just is it like how fun is it to just have this go out and play that way on the court?
I mean, it's definitely fun basketball. I mean, I know we all remember last year. So, I mean, compared to last year, I mean, it's definitely fun to be on the opposite side of that. You know, we just having fun, you know, just, you know, running the court, and the crowd is into it. The crowd's a big part of it too. Love playing here. So, I mean, it's real fun.
Matt Robinson, 93 The Fan. Isaac, I'll start with you. Over the last 3 games, you've been shooting over 60%. How does the success for you on the offensive side, you know, help you on the defensive and make your life easier on that side?
I mean, even if my offense is not going, I'm always going to be an elite defender. You know, I don't let my offense's slumps, you know, dictate how I play on defense. I'm always going to be locked in on the defensive side.
And then Jarrett, with Isaac's success over the last 3 games, when he's firing on all cylinders, how does that kind of help the rest of the offense kind of go at that point?
When everybody has to respect them. I mean, if they disrespect him, you can see what he's been doing. The Isaac's back that we know. We've been telling them in the locker room and the layup lines, it's good to have Isaac back because he's shooting threes, he's driving in the lane. He just has all facets of the game just back. He's confident again. Everything's working for him.
And then for you as well, I've noticed in some of the pregame shoot arounds, you've been shooting some of those outside jumpers. You able to get that from the other tonight. How do you
Right.
feel the progress has been coming along with that for you as well?
Yeah, it's been going good. I feel like in practice, I'm able to hit like a couple in a row. At this point, for me, it's just translating it to the game. I haven't seen it from the film, but I felt pretty good shooting the mid-range jumper.
Thanks.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. Jarrett, when teams are crowding the paint the way that Miami was tonight, well, first, have you seen much of that this year? And two, making the read and kicking it out to him in the corner or anybody else who's in the corner, because it was a corner three fest in the first half of the night. How have you reacted to that, and how do you think you performed from that?
I think I performed pretty well. They were trapping the ball, so I had to find the open man in the corner, and that led to, like you said, the corner three fest. So we're just trying to figure out ways to work, even though they crowd the paint. I don't know how we are as a team, but I feel like we attack, and it showed tonight. JB said at one point we're shooting better from three than we were in the paint. So it just us figuring out how to make it work on both ends, not both ends, both inside and outside.
How much did you want that dunk after the timeout? Because you attacked the rim with some strength on that one.
Yeah, I love the dunk. Yeah, I love when the crowd gets into the dunk. At this point, dunking is my thing, so I'm gonna do it as much as I can.
You playing with a mean streak this year? I feel like you got a little bit of something to do there.
When I play with the mean streak, that means I'm having fun. Yeah. As funny as that sounds, that's just how they know me as a person. That's how I am as a person, and it just gets me going.
Hey, Jared, Tom Withers, AP. At some point, the surprise is over and everybody knows about you guys. What gives you the most confidence that this can be sustained?
Just 17-12 against some excellent teams. If we were, if we in the media have been saying we've been playing the toughest schedule, I think that shows how good of basketball we're playing. And it's not like we're getting blown out by 20, winning by 20. Every single game has been consistent on our end.
Thanks.